Hi everyone, it's Art Mixture. Today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic. Our video is about the top 10 most important things that happened in the music industry in 2023. This top is made by our team and it includes the things that had the biggest influence on the mentioned business. American singer-songwriter Olivia Rodrigo released her new sophomore album Guts on September 18, 2023. The album brought a huge success to the artist. Guts debuted number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart, and in the first week 302,000 album equivalent units were sold. On Metacritic, the album has 91 points out of 100. The first single from the album, Vampire, received huge recognition as well. After the release, it debuted number 1 place on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Other singles from the album are Bad Idea Right and Get Him Back, though none of them managed to reach the first spot on the charts. On November 3, 2023, Olivia released the soundtrack Can't Catch Me Now, written for the movie The Hunger Games, The Ballet of Songbirds and Snake. Olivia commented on the mention that she was beyond excited to get such a big opportunity. All the success that the artist experienced this year has been finalized with 6 Grammy nominations, including the Best Pop Vocal Album and Album of the Year categories for Guts, and the Best Pop Solo Performance, Song of the Year and Record of the Year categories for Vampire. Interesting is the fact that she earned her first nomination in the rock category as well. Her song Ballet of a Homeschool Girl has been nominated for a Best Rock Song of the Year.
And the Grammy goes to... Wow, I'm scared. Olivia Rodrigo!
Country music is getting popular and 2023 was a proof of that. Billboard Hot 100 chart was mostly occupied by the country songs. Artists like Morgan Wallen and his single Last Night was the most successful song in the genre. It managed to occupy first spot on Billboard Hot 100 5 times during the year. Moreover, Morgan Wallen won 11 Billboard Awards this year. Let's not forget about the marvelous cover of Tracy Chapman's Fast Car by Luke Combs, Zach Bryan's and Casey Musgraves duet I Remember Everything, Oliver Anthony Music's Rich Man North of Richmond, and Jason Alden's song Try That in a Small Town. The last 2 records managed to peak on the 3rd spot on Billboard Hot 100 as well. All these artists and their works show the growth of country music listeners in numbers. Barbie soundtracks definitely deserves a place in the mentioned list. The big names like Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish, Nicki Minaj, Sam Smith, Lizzo, and others have worked on the soundtracks for one of the biggest movies of the year. Even the soundtrack on Camp, performed by Ryan Gosling, managed to earn a bid on Grammys in the Best Song Written for Visual Media category. Dua Lipa's song Dance the Night and Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice collaboration Bobby Wold also were celebrated with 2 Grammy nominations. Billie Eilish managed to earn 5 Grammy nominations with her beautiful song What Was I Made For, written for Barbie movie. Moreover, the Best Song Written for Visual Media category almost fully was dominated by the Barbie soundtracks. Above mentioned 3 songs were also included in the category. Harry Styles made a history on 65th Grammy Awards. The artist managed to win a Most Important Album of the Year category with his charming album Harry's House. It was an amazing achievement for the artist. He even won over the album Renaissance by Beyoncé, which was the biggest contender for an award. After the mentioned success, he released 2 other singles from the album, Satellite and Daylight. Not only did winning Album of the Year category highlighted his name in the industry, his fun and colorful Love on Tour has been ranked as the 5th highest grossing tour of all time. Tour managed to gross almost $618 million worldwide. Harry played 169 shows and sold more than 5 million tickets all over the world throughout the Love on Tour.
Shit.
Miley Cyrus' comeback was one of the most charming things in 2023. Her single Flowers, which she devoted to her ex-husband, earned huge recognition worldwide. The song is about a strong and empowering woman. Flowers managed to break several records on Spotify, and after Wrecking Ball, it was the first single that brought Miley number 1 spot on Billboard Hot 100. After the single's success, Miley Cyrus released an album, Endless Summer Vacation, which has 78 points out of 100 on Metacritic. Despite the success of Flowers, album could not perform well in sales and charted in 3rd position on Billboard 200 chart, earning 190,000 sold album equivalent units. Next singles from the album were River and Jaded. For the celebration of the album, Miley Cyrus also released the movie on Disney+, Miley Cyrus Endless Summer Vacation Backyard Sessions, where she performed the songs from the album. Later, Miley released a new song, Used to Be Young, as the first single from the album. It debuted at number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became Miley's 12th top 10 song. Grammy viewers didn't overlook the success of the artist this year, and Miley earned 6 Grammy nominations, including the Best Pop Vocal Album and Album of the Year categories for Endless Summer Vacation, and Best Pop Solo Performance, Song of the Year and Record of the Year categories for Flowers. Moreover, her collaboration 1000 Miles with Brandi Carlile has been nominated in the Best Pop Duo Group Performance category. After being out of the music industry for 6 years, Rihanna returned sharply and beautifully, announcing a single from Black Panther Wakanda Forever in 2022. She released the soundtrack Lift Me Up, which debuted on 2nd position on Billboard Hot 100. Later, she released the second soundtrack Born Again, written for the movie. Lift Me Up brought the first Oscar nomination to the artist in the Best Original Song category. She also gave a mesmerizing performance at the 95th Oscar Awards. Moreover, artist earned a Grammy nomination in the Best Song Written for Visual Media category this year, competing with 4 Barbie movie soundtracks. But announcing being the performer for the Super Bowl halftime show was the biggest news from the artist. Wearing a red suit and performing while pregnant, Rihanna gave one of the most memorable and excellent shows on Super Bowl. It was a charming show and spectacular performance. Rihanna's show on the Super Bowl has been viewed by 180.7 million viewers and made history as the most watched Super Bowl show of all time, surpassing Katy Perry's performance of nearly 3 million. Cesa is one of the biggest artists of 2023. The artist released her second studio album SOS on 9 December 2022. It received positive feedback from the critics and it has 90 points out of 100 on Metacritic. Not only the positive feedback from the critics, album managed to debut at #1 spot on Billboard 200 chart with 318,000 equivalent album units sold. Moreover, it stayed 10 consecutive weeks in the mainstream chart and earned the status as the longest running #1 album by a female artist on the chart for the current decade. The most popular single from the album, Kill Bill, also reached the peak #1 position on Billboard Hot 100. Later, Cesa made a remix of Kill Bill with Doja Cat. It was their second collaboration, first time they collaborated on the well-acclaimed composition Kiss Me More, which brought Grammy to the artist. Cesa also released other singles from the album, Good Days, Blind and Snooze. She invited famous artists like Justin Bieber to participate in the music video of Snooze. The success of the artist and the album have been underlined with the fact that Cesa earned the most nominations of 66 Grammy Awards. She has been nominated in 9 categories, including the Best Progressive R&B Album and Album of the Year categories for SOS, and Best R&B Performance, Song of the Year and Record of the Year categories for Kill Bill. The other 3 songs from the album, Snooze, Love Language and Law, have earned nominations in Rap and R&B categories. Also, her collaboration, Ghost in the Machine with Phoebe Bridgers, has been nominated in the Best Pop Duo Group Performance category. Till we reach the top 3 positions, it's time to talk about honorable mentions. After the years, The Weeknd official decided to kill his alter ego stage name and change it to his real one. Moreover, 2023 was very productive for the artist. He played a leading role in HBO's TV show Idol and released soundtracks for the mentioned show. On the soundtrack, popular artist collaborated with Madonna. Moreover, his tour After Hours Till Dawn became the highest grossing tour by a black artist in Europe history. The Boy Genius gained popularity after releasing their first studio album, The Record. An Emmy-named album is an instant classic. The album has 90 points out of 100 on Metacritic. The goodness of the album has been celebrated with 6 Grammy nominations, including major categories like Album of the Year, Record of the Year, and Song of the Year. Ice Spice earned popularity after collaborating with Pink Panthers on the record Boys Liar Part 2, which swiftly started to be a TikTok trend. Later, artists managed to collaborate with the big names in the industry like Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift. With Nicki Minaj, she collaborated on the songs Princess Diana and Barbie World. The second collaboration brought 2 Grammy nominations to the artist. Moreover, her collaboration with Taylor Swift on Karma brought her another nomination in the Best Pop Duo Group Performance category. She was one of the most active new artists in the industry. TikTok is an app that rules music streaming performance around the world. Already popular artists like Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion and others gained fame in the industry by the mentioned app. 2023 wasn't an exception either. Many songs on the charts are actually the songs that are trending on TikTok. Started with Rai. Her single Escape is easily won the heart of the listeners. It even charted on Billboard, and soon after the success that started everything from TikTok, this talented artist released her album My 21st Century Blues. Later, her another collaboration, Prada, experienced the same amount of popularity on TikTok. South African singer Tyla and her single Water, while trending on TikTok, brought her first charting on Billboard Hot 100 and worldwide popularity. Same happened with Kenya Grace's single Stranger and Tate McRae's Grady. Not only new artists benefited from the platform, but already famous artists did the same. Doja Cat's Paint Town the Red, Taylor Swift's Cruel Summer reached #1 spot on Billboard Hot 100 soon after trending on TikTok. Taylor Swift's Cruel Summer was the song that after years was promoted as a single and started to be the first single from the album Lover that managed to achieve this milestone. Lady Gaga's Bloody Mary from Born This Way album after years has been promoted as a single because of the song's success on TikTok. The TV show Wednesday and edits on this theme brought success to the song. Interesting is the fact that even Billboard created a new chart, TikTok Billboard Top 50, based on the song's popularity on the platform. All the above mentioned perfectly emphasize the influence of the platform on the music industry. Beyoncé commenced 2023 with making history, while she managed to earn the badge of the most Grammy-winning artist of all time. At the 65th Grammy Awards, artist won 4 Grammys, and in total she has 32 Grammys out of 88 nominations. No other artist in the business managed to achieve this milestone in the industry.
As we are witnessing history tonight, breaking the record for the most Grammy wins of all time.
After the mentioned success, artist started her phenomenal Renaissance World Tour. The tour started from Stockholm, and Beyoncé, after 56 shows worldwide, earned $579 million. The Renaissance World Tour was the 9th concert tour of Beyoncé, the highest grossing in her career. It holds 7th place in the list of top highest grossing tours of all time. The critics were also astonished by the goodness of the Renaissance World Tour. The Guardian declared the tour as the greatest pop show on earth. Beyoncé's Renaissance World Tour was remarkable based on the fact that it was attended by the biggest faces in the industry, and during 56 shows she wore 130 outfits, started with the outfits from David Coma and ended with Versace. After the mentioned achievement, Beyoncé announced that she is going to release a documentary movie about the tour. The film, called Renaissance, a film by Beyoncé, includes the overlooks of the concert and some important documentary moments from the tour. Taylor Swift, while making album Lover, thought that artists after 30 years can't reach a huge milestone in the business. Although her career proved it wrong, 2023 was a total success for the artist. It will take too long to describe all the achievements, though we will highlight some of them to prove the dominance in the industry by her. Taylor Swift started the year announcing her biggest tour due date, Eras Tour. Artist after 56 shows in US earned $780,000 million and charted on the 2nd spot in the list top highest grossing tours of all time. This is just the beginning, because soon after the US tour she announced that she is going to bring Eras Tour in Europe, South America and Australia. This number of shows will definitely bring her first position in the above mentioned list, overtaking Elton John's Forever Yellow Brick Road tour. Later this year, the artist released the movie Taylor Swift: The Eras Tour. The film had a huge success and earned $250 million worldwide. It is the 20th highest grossing film of the year. Not only tour success affected her position in the industry. During the year, the artist released 2 recorded albums, Speak Now and 1989. Both of them were successful on the Billboard 200 chart and charted in the first position. 3 singles, Anti-Hero from Midnights, Cruel Summer from Lover, and Voltrek Is It Over Now from 1989 reached the first spot on Billboard Hot 100. During the year, Taylor Swift earned the badge as the most listened artist in Spotify history and broke a record of the artist with the most streams in a single day in the streaming service history. In November 2023, Grammy announced nominations, and Taylor Swift earned 6 Grammy nominations, including the Best Pop Vocal Album and Album of the Year categories for Midnights, and Best Pop Solo Performance, Song of the Year, and Record of the Year categories for Anti-Hero. She made history with her 7th nomination in the Song of the Year category. No other artist managed to achieve the same milestone. Based on the mentioned facts, Taylor Swift and her affluent career proved her dominance in the business. Thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share your opinion with us. We deeply appreciate it. See you very soon.